Good morning, friends. Starting off bright and early. Just kidding, it's like almost 10 o'clock. But it's very exciting because today we're starting a new project. I mentioned this at the end of the last vlog, but we're starting our benches. So this is the last time that you will see this van empty, because soon we will start to have actual furniture in here. I'm so excited. Are you ready for it?
Yes.
Do you want to get the cats some food?
Yeah, we should probably just feed them.
Yeah, then they won't be bugging us. On the last vlog, we got this built and we got these built. I did not do an amazing paint job on these, but they just don't need an amazing paint job because they're going to be inside cabinets. So I didn't want to waste an extra coat of paint.
It looks somewhat coherent with the rest, that's all.
Yeah, our lower cabinets are green, so we just made them kind of matching. I don't know if you can even see it with how dark it is, but...
I'm going to plug the fans today.
Okay, go for it.
Of
And
course.
Ghost is here to hang out. Hi, bud. We're gonna feed you. Don't worry. I know. Fresh page. Time to take some measurements. Okay, an update. I just spent literally the last like almost hour and a half in the van, measuring everything, drawing everything out, and we are pretty much ready with our list. So I just wanted to show you what I ended up doing, give you an idea of my diagramming and planning process. So here's what I start out with, just like basic measurements. Figured out the two kind of parts of the bench, which parts we can use cheaper plywood on, and then I went in and I like really planned out where we were going to need to screw everything in, because that affects the actual measurements, because you have to account for, you know, these little overlapping bits. Like this overlapping bit means that this side isn't 48 inches, it's 47 1/4 inches, because this plywood is 3/4 inches thick. So there's stuff like that you have to think about. So I got all of those kind of anchor points figured out for where to screw everything in, and then I diagrammed out where or how to cut them on our plywood, and then figured out like a few things that, you know, are extra important, and then also what we need to buy to get this done. So that's kind of my process. I haven't had to do this a whole bunch yet. This is, you know, only the second thing that I've really had to diagram out like this, so I'm not like super skilled at it. Hi, baby. Hi, bud. He's just a little yeller. I'm not great at it, but I'm figuring it out. The mistake I made on some of the other stuff that we did was just not accounting for the depths of the wood. Just like giving general like inches measurements, and in this case it needs to fit pretty snugly into that space, so I have to account for that. So I'm trying to be like cognizant of that. I think it'll be okay. It's a little stressful, but we'll figure it out. It's all good. Hey guys, okay, we ran to Home Depot and got the rest of the plywood that we needed, and we got it all cut down to size. It was really difficult to do because this 3/4 inch plywood is so heavy. But we got it in, I tested it out, and I realized we needed to cut a notch for that area right there. I don't even know if you can see that. I'm just pointing blindly with my camera because it's too bright outside for me to see the screen, so hopefully that's right. But so I'm gonna do that right now. Actually, I've never used a jigsaw before. Vincent's always done it. So this is a fun new thing I get to learn because he has to go teach for a while, and if I can get that cut, then I can start getting these painted, because I want to get them painted before we put them all together, just so that they're totally sealed. It'll just be a lot easier, and we have hardware and stuff to add, so we're gonna do that first. But yeah, so here we go. I'm nervous. Oops, I forgot to record. I literally just like thumbs up the camera and the camera wasn't even on. But here it is, we did it. It wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. It was still kind of hard, but we did it. Got it done. Here's my notch. Not perfect, but nothing in this van is perfect, so we're happy. Hi guys, okay, it's the next day. I worked until it was dark last night. We got a total of these 2 pieces cut out, but they are very big, heavy, and important pieces. We had to cut this one with some holes, obviously, so the cats can get in and out. So these will, and you know, I had to figure out like the right spots to add in supports to, so like we could still screw it into place. So it's just like for ventilation with the pegboard. This is where the cat's little cozy spot will be. But yeah, here's the back of the bench. I had to stop because Vincent's teaching, and I'm not sure where all these cords go. There's some back here, there's some up here, they're everywhere. So I need to wait for him to kind of get that sorted so we can put that into place. But the other thing that we got done is this nice little dividing wall. Actually, let me show you from the other side. Sorry for the loud. We're right by the airport. So you guys, dividing wall done. I think it looks really nice. It's the same color as the other walls, like that right back there. I just decided to do it wall colored. I was kind of unsure for a while, but I'm happy with that. I think it looks good. So basically, from here on will be our kitchen counter and our upper cabinets, kitchen cabinets. And then from here on, from this side, will be our like closet cabinets and our seating and our bed. So this, you know, the bed will kind of come up here when it's folded. We'll probably be able to put like a hook or something here to help keep the bed in place. On this side, we'll have like our control panel and all of our gauges and stuff for our battery levels and our water levels. So it'll all be kind of on this wall with like our butcher block countertop coming up right here. So I'm really happy with that. I think it turned out good. I'm happy with the scribing job we did. I didn't worry too much about getting it too close up there because whatever's not touching can't squeak, which is great, and all that'll be covered by cabinets anyway, so I just wasn't worried about it. I just wanted it to meet like right there, and it does. It's like maybe, I don't know, half a centimeter underneath it, so I'm happy with that. But yeah, so what I realized is I was feeling kind of stuck because we have to cut out more of this 3/4 inch plywood for our bench, and it is so heavy. I physically cannot lift it by myself, and especially I can't like feed it through our table saw by myself. So I have to wait for Vincent to be done teaching to do that so that I can keep like working on that, painting that and stuff, and then also these cords, so I can't even put the bench together yet. So it's kind of stuck. So I went inside and started knitting, and then I realized I'm so dumb because actually I can just start framing out our countertop, which is what I'm gonna go ahead and do. Because I can do that. So I'm gonna start working on that right now. We've got a bunch of 1x3s and 2x2s. And I haven't quite figured out what plywoods I want to use for the front and like the doors and stuff, but they're gonna be really simple. So we have a bunch of this 1/4 inch sandy plywood that we can use for like the sides, like things that really don't need to have any weight or, you know, girth to them. We do have all of this 1/2 inch plywood, which I probably could use for the fronts of the cabinet, but we have plenty of other wood to use. As long as I can find pieces that are straight enough, it should be pretty easy to do. It's gonna be 80 inches long. That gives even a little bit of extra space. You know, little extra just in case. We have to plan a little extra on the end anyway to build a table that we can put on there later. I think I'm not even gonna worry about that for now. We'll add that somewhere down the road. We'll leave space for it. But yeah, so I'm gonna start working on that. It's gonna be a whole lot more like measuring and stuff. Let me show you my diagram actually so you can see what I'm envisioning. And then we'll see how it ends up. It's always gonna be not quite as cute as I picture, I think. Here's what I drew forever ago. 80 inches long. We've got two 30-inch sections and then a 20-inch section with a couple drawers. These little awning drawers, I don't know how hard they're gonna be. I'll figure it out. I'll see if I can do it. Hey, Buck. But yeah, so it should be really simple. Just 3 sections and then 5 doors, a couple drawers. And then these ones, we'll see if I can figure those out. But that's kind of my plan. Measurements are pretty basic, and since I do have a couple inches of leeway, if it's not totally perfect, I'm not really worried about it. We haven't bought our butcher block countertop yet. I'll wait on that until we get closer. We can see exactly how long it needs to be. But yeah, so I'm gonna work on that. I got my podcast going, so wish me luck. The makings of a countertop. I'm just standing here laughing because I did not think I could do this, and this feels really good. Like it's a start, you know. I obviously need to add some more supports in the middle, but I'm pretty dang proud of myself. I can't believe how easy that was. I just feel like it's clear that using these tools and being able to figure out how to build something over the last 2 months has really come into play now that we're working on these things. Like this is really good. Okay, so what I actually need to do now is I do need to add some supports. I need to add them where the front counter, or where the front parts are going to be with the doors, and then also on the along the back, so that I can really make that really stable on the wall. So I'm going to work on that right now. I might use L brackets. I'll have to see what I want to use. I'm not sure what I want to use to attach to the wall. I think just probably more wood. But something. Yeah, that's what I'm going to work on now. We'll see where I end up. I'm not quite sure what things are going to look like. It's Wednesday. Obviously we had a new cameraman today. It was my dad. He came, he had some time in the morning, and so he came and helped, which was very nice. There's something about having like someone else in your project with you that just kind of like reinvigorates you sometimes. It makes you like excited to do it, and that definitely is how it felt. So thanks, Dad. You got me through some of the hard part. We got a lot done. We got all of this wall, pretty much all this wall, like done. Yes, I know there's a gap here. This is messy, but also it's going to be covered up all the time, so I just don't care about it. The countertop is actually going to be just over this lip anyway, so you're not even going to see any of this. Speaking of the countertop, I did just order it. It ended up being more expensive than we planned because the unfinished birch butcher block, 10 feet long, that I was going to order was out of stock. So that was a big bummer. They did have a Hevea, I think that's how you pronounce it, H-E-V-E-A, unfinished 10-foot countertop that had good reviews. So I got that instead, and it was like about $30 more expensive. So that was annoying, but that's fine. That should come sometime early next week. And then, what else happened? Oh, our friend Colby came. Well, my dad's friend. That's usually who he stays with when he's in the valley. Colby is a professional cabinet maker. He's like a woodworker. And he is super into our project. He thinks it's really cool. He also drives a Ford Transit. So he likes, it's fun for him to like compare and see everything. And yeah, he basically offered his weekends, which is really cool and so helpful. So we are going to go over to his workshop in Scottsdale on Saturday, and he's going to help us work on upper cabinets. He's going to be looking at materials. He'll let us know, what we should use and what we should buy, or maybe he'll buy it and we'll reimburse him. I don't know. But yeah, I'm super excited about that. It's kind of a relief to have some help on cabinets. That's just something that I've been really anxious about, and also that I think is going to take us a really long time to do, longer than I think. I do, in good news, he also like looked at what I just built last night, the frame that I built, and he totally gave it the seal of approval. I know I've made a lot of progress on it at this point, but yeah, he said it was great. He said it's exactly how he would do it. I told him about using the 1/4 inch plywood on the sides and then this 1x3s across the front, and he was like, perfect, that's exactly how I would do it. That's a time-honored way to build cabinets. So I feel super good about that. Full steam ahead. So that is what I'm doing tonight. We are definitely like burning the midnight oil, Vincent and I. He's working on plumbing. There's always a lot to do on the back end of things that we just have to think about. So that's great. I'm excited about that. But yeah, we're working. So let me show you what I added. I added in the framing for our drawers. That was really difficult to do, but I got it done. These back here are going to be drilled into the supports in the wall. So these are just for the drawers. And then I also did, like I mentioned, this quarter sandy plywood right here. And then I'm just starting to do the 1x3s here. I've got them clamped, not attached yet. I'm going to go ahead and cut the support beams first. And then I'll drill that and then drill the support beams and then put the top in. And then we will be ready for doors and cabinet top essentially, which is very cool. So I think the main thing that Colby's gonna be helping with is like all these upper cabinets up here. We have our divider here too that will go, you know, right there. But that's like what I'm really nervous about. Everything else after starting this cabinet and doing this wall divider, I feel a little bit more confident on. So I'm not super worried about it. Yeah, so far so good. I'm feeling real good about this cabinet setup. I feel like very capable at the moment. Huh? Yeah. Well, what's your struggle, babe?
I had to finagle this, but I did.
Whoa, is it gonna work?
Well, I sure hope so.
We're gonna have to test it. We have to test everything as we go.
Yeah. Well, I'm just going to have to test it with pressure on and stuff like that. Like, I'll just put a little bit of water.
Yep. Yep, you'll have to
Stuff.
test it.
I'm going to have to also mess with this accumulator.
So what
too.
are these things?
That's pump.
Okay.
So that's providing constant pressure when it's on.
Mm-hmm.
That's an accumulator, or a bladder they call it too, and that basically matches the output pressure of this when it kicks on. Complicated math, complicated stuff, but basically this will make this need to turn on less often
Cool.
and keep our water pressured.
Awesome.
So there you go.
Cool. I mean, good job fitting it into that tiny space.
Well, now, do you want to see my next hurdle?
What?
My next two hurdles, some way having this and this connected. Also, we need to.
Yeah, we'll have a little thing
Lip or
there.
something?
Yeah, that's fine. A lip is totally fine.
Okay, and then I need to connect this to this and still have enough space
For the water heater.
for my water heater and connect things from under. It's going to be fun.
This you could probably loop, right? Like loop it up
I
and
can
down.
probably loop it, yeah.
That feels like the smartest way to do it.
I'll probably do something like an elbow right here.
Yeah.
And I need to be able to access that pretty easily too. It's a filter.
All right, I'm gonna leave you to it. Look at these cats. Dude. Ghost. You can't stay in here, baby. You can't even see him. Ghosty. Guys, if any of you like cats and want to adopt this cat, or all three of these cats, they're all super sweet, I will bring them to you. You just let me know. Hey, buddies. Meow. Yeah. Hi, friends. Okay, it has been, I don't even know how many days. This weekend got super crazy. I ended up doing something in the morning with my mom, like going hiking up at the Arboretum outside of Phoenix, on the desert. Not outside of Phoenix, opposite direction, actually. But anyway, I did that all morning, and then also ended up getting some help on our cabinets. I think I meant to mention that actually already in the last clip. I don't remember, to be honest. But yeah, we went to Colby's place Saturday morning and started working on our upper cabinets, and it ended up being really easy to work with him, and I think he was really enjoying the project. He invited us back again Sunday morning. So we did that again. So I didn't record any of that because, you know, we were in someone else's space and not everyone understands vlogging. And I wouldn't want to subject anyone to like being filmed all the time while they're just trying to work. But it was lovely, and we got one whole half of our upper cabinets done, the whole above the kitchen area, which I will show you in a moment. And he also scheduled a time with us to finish the rest of them this next weekend. We got about halfway done cutting everything out. Well, we cut everything out, and then everything needs to get put together. But we need to buy some more supplies before we could do that, so it was a good time to stop on on Sunday. But yeah, that was super great. So let me show you where we're at, because that was awesome. So here we go. Look at that. We have about half of our stuff done. This is all of my work. It's not nearly as pretty as these are. Yeah, these are great. We have like some putty here and stuff that'll get covered up with paint. But yeah, this is, it's just birch plywood and poplar for the frame. And it is beautiful work. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. And then we just need to do the doors, which I will cut out myself. And yeah, this is what I finished. So we basically were, I mean, we got half our structure built. I'm thrilled. So what we need to do today, everything got installed because obviously it got installed to make sure that it is gonna work. It's very strong and very secure. But we do need to take it down because I need to paint. My grandma's out of town for the week, which means that we have a lot more freedom in and around the house to do stuff. So I'm thinking I might get all of these down and put up in the backyard and do it over on the concrete there because this is just too much dirt. It's not great for painting. So yeah, I'm gonna work on taking all these down right now and getting everything sorted for painting. Yeah, that's my job today, is to get all this painted. I think we're gonna try to work on some other stuff too. We want to get all the parts for the bench cut out this week and get those painted. We won't install them because, you know, we want to do these upper cabinets still, which it'll be a lot easier to do without a bench here. But we can at least get them cut out. I think we could also get the parts and pieces cut out for this area right here where the fridge is gonna be. So yeah, things are moving. I'm sorry that I haven't been able to film very much, but I'm also so excited to have had help on this part of it, so I'm not going to complain too much about that. That is for sure. This is the area I was thinking of working on the painting. It's in the sun, but it's also not nearly as hot as it was. I think the high today is in the 80s, so I'm happy to work here in the sun in the backyard and get everything painted. Got everything laid out and sanded. Just did like a quick 220 grit sand. I also filled in all the little remaining holes that needed to be filled in with this just Drydex spackling like putty. Easy, it dries really fast. So I think we are ready for paint. So I'm going to start with just our primer. I'm using this Kills 3 on everything, and then the upper cabinets will be this Coffee House Tan, and the lower cabinets will be Colonial Verdigris. Okay, sorry, camera battery died, so you probably didn't see most of the painting, but honestly, painting is incredibly boring. At least when you're just painting big things like this. But here's our cabinets. We just have to do the doors now and the drawers. That's kind of my project for this week. And here are our uppers. I especially love this color. I think that it's just beautiful and clean looking, and I think that these colors look great together, so I am super stoked. Hi friends. We got Goose, he's camping out. Hi baby. We got Earl, he's camping out. And these are the only cats you're gonna see around from now on, because this morning I dropped off our 3 little street cat babies at the vet. They are getting neutered and off into the rescue foster adoption system. They will no longer be street cats, and I'm thrilled. I cried a little. I'll miss them. They're so sweet, and we've spent like 6 months taking care of them, and I feel really good about rescuing them because this neighborhood does not need more feral cats, and especially not through more boys. They would have been fighting for their lives out here in this neighborhood without any help, so I feel good about that. But it is a little bit sad. Don't ask what I'm wearing because it's not an outfit. I just threw on clothes that I can paint in. Let's see, updates. Yesterday my dad came over. Anytime that someone comes over to help, I feel like I get stuff done so much faster. Also means that I don't film what I'm doing, but I think that's okay because it's all good. This is what we got done yesterday. It's our little entertainment area. It's just a little countertop, essentially. Extension of the countertop that we already have. Yeah, super basic. And it's gonna go in the van on the passenger side. It's the first thing that I built for the passenger side. The other thing that we need to do today, or I don't know, today or tomorrow, is cut out more pieces for our bench so I can paint them, because that'll take some time. We got, you know, the back pieces, but we need to do the rest of the L extender and the short piece on the side, and then the rest of this bench right here. So we got some more work to do. Vincent's working on this. As I was driving the kittens to the vet this morning to drop them off, the water leaked everywhere. We did this yesterday and everything was good.
Yeah, I just forgot to close a valve, and there's probably a secondary leak that I just patched.
So yeah, we're fixing that, which is fun. This is fully installed. It is not going anywhere. I am tugging really hard. I just basically popped some screws into these supports back here. So this whole countertop is good to go and painted. What do you think? What do you think? I think it's great. The upper cabs that we already built are also painted, but they're sitting inside because I don't want to install them until I get the doors on, because it's just so much harder to do the doors if they're out there. But that also means that I don't want them sitting outside for days and days. What do you need?
There might be like a wrench. I need like one of those adjustable wrenches.
Oh, the one that used to be in here?
Yeah.
Okay. I have to move everything out because of the leak. Let's grab both of these. But yeah, it feels kind of lonely out here without the kittens, huh?
Yeah, it does.
They were work buddies.
Hey, if I put some silicone on your hand, wash it.
You didn't get any on me. We're good. So yeah, I think right now I'm gonna be working on walls, because here's the deal. We got these two cutouts that I've already made for the walls. I need to also do this upper part. I gotta build the sill, like lots of like little pieces of wood that need to be all glued and screwed together, basically, is what's going on. We have a little bit more. We have actually a lot of short pieces and skinny pieces of this 1/4 inch ply that I'm thinking I might just try to use for some of these smaller boxes that just, you know, aren't gonna exactly fill up a lot of space. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with them, if I'm gonna add shelves. Like, it's kind of a lot of like little building. So I gotta figure that out. The other thing that I can work on is getting this box all cut and installed, because there's no reason I can't do this wall. And then also obviously this entire wall. We got so much wall to do. So I think that's what I'm gonna do today, is do some like wall building and painting. And then it'll be done. Cool, okay, let's get going. So I was just trying to figure out what I want to use for these boxes. I have a ton of this, it's called Sandy Ply. It is a 1/4 inch thick, so it's pretty thin, but it's still really strong. It's like already pretty finished, so it's super great to use, you know, to make things kind of fast and easy. And our walls are already made out of it, and they're great. So I was trying to figure out what to do, and I think I can build all of these little like inset boxes, and including shelves, with this stuff. I just threw a couple of staples in here. Oops, this side. I just threw a couple of staples in here, and it is pretty stable. I don't have an electric like nail gun or something, but I do have this. Oops. And I do have more staples too. So I think I'm gonna use this. I've never used it before actually. It's been in my toolkit for a long time. So I think I'm gonna use this and build boxes this way with some wood glue and some staples, and we'll see how it goes. They're really they're really narrow, like maybe 3 or 4 inches deep. So they're just gonna be holding like little stuff, paperwork, spices, you know, nothing heavy. So I think they'll be okay. I think that this is a really good idea actually. We'll see how it goes. And before I really get into like a building montage, let's just take a minute. Listen to this breeze. It's like in the low 80s right now. It's beautiful outside. This breeze is lovely. The van is the same temperature as the outside air. It doesn't feel like a hot box anymore. And I'm just, you know, like, how close is it to November? It's almost gratitude season. Let's just take a moment and feel grateful that I can build this at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and it's fine. I'm real glad. I'm excited. I'm ready. Let's go. Okay, we're back. I just picked up the camera. I don't know how long it recorded. It recorded something. I got too into my project and forgot to check it. But I got it done. The box ended up needing to be not straight at all. So it's difficult to do, and it is, like, the glue is drying right now. I literally just used staples and glue and 1/4 inch ply. So it's not the strongest, but it's also just for spices. So I'm thinking, after this dries, I'm going to build some shelves. I have some more ply. And then probably we could go to Home Depot and get some dowels. And I can just drill little holes and put the dowels in. And then we'll have like shelf, dowel, shelf, dowel. And I think that that'll work pretty good for spices. And then they won't have to be in our cupboards because we don't have that much cupboard space. So I'm very excited about that. It should work out great.